finance magnates have reported today, May the 18th. New research published by cybersecurity firm 360 Total Security on May 16th found that the malware referred to as WinStar NSSM Miner presents a fresh challenge to users due to its ability to both mine and crash infected machines as well. Malicious software that engages in cryptojacking, the use of another device to mine crypto without their knowledge, has become a common phenomenon in recent months. As Cointelegraph reported, instances have risen dramatically in 2018. A warning from Microsoft highlighted 664,000 infected devices in a period from September 2017 to January of 2018. Let's see here. Only slightly more than WinStar NSSM Miner's 3-day progress. So all the other cryptojacking malicious software reports that we've brought to you, all of them combined. And this software was able to do that, and almost all of them combined in 3 days. That's pretty impressive. Ha ha ha, funny. Very funny. Commenting on the latest threat, 360 said that it was surprised that in addition to mining Monero, the malware could also force a user's PC to crash if it detected the presence of certain antivirus softwares. Quote, "This malware is very, very hard to remove because victims' computers crash as soon as they found and terminate the malware. A twist comes in the form of what 360 describes as, quote, snobbish behavior regarding antivirus brands. The presence of well-known products from companies like Kaspersky Lab and Avast cause WinStar not to activate at all. Other brands are ignored, resulting in mining and crashes." So free software, if you download free software, then it'll leave your computer alone, because I guess it knows you're broke. I don't know, but if you've got like nice, you got to pay for it, good software, then it will attack your computer. That's kind of funny. We'll get back on TeamSpeak then.
There is no such thing as a good antivirus.
Says CoinHive was found on 300 government websites and university websites as well. It's just re-reporting what they were telling us earlier. So this is saying that this new malware that they've found was able to do in just 3 days what it took from September of last year until January of this year for all the other malwares combined that do this kind of cryptojacking. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it is.
So what do you think, Aria? We got any ideas for solutions to this? Are you still there?
The only real solution to... Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah. The only real solution to the antivirus problem and the virus problem generally, or any sort of malware, is going to be the user. I don't run any. None of the IT people I know run any sort of antivirus or anti-spyware or anything along those lines, and yet we never get infected. And it's because it all comes down to what the user clicks on.
Yeah, just don't go searching for porn on the internet.
Aw, what else is it for?
But of course, these are websites being infected, and that does change things, but it's usually going to happen to websites that are running WordPress and haven't updated, or just have generally poor website design in the first place, or running some other type of service similar to WordPress that they aren't updating, or using old versions of PHP, or something along those lines. Most likely a PHP injection.
Now, what about these other versions? The what do they call them? The ransomware. Is it just? It's just as easy to get caught up in ransomware, correct? Because I've seen, like,
Yeah,
I've
except
gone.
like classic viruses do. Download something they shouldn't, or an email attachment that they shouldn't.
Yeah. Well, like I've had to wipe my computer before because we had basically I was trying to watch a movie and
That's how almost.
we lost you, Arya. Is that how?
That's me.
Yeah, you broke up. You're saying that's how most bad stories for I got hacked start. I was at a website that I trust.
I was trying to watch. No, I was trying to watch it, and they ended up on some website that wanted them to install this super magic plugin that will let them do something, and next thing you know, they're infected.
Oh no! What would happen to me is like I'd go to like All You See or something because I want to watch The Goonies or something like that, and you know how when you click once on the play button and you get like 3 pop-ups, and you close those pop-ups, and then you click on the play button again, and then you get 2 more pop-ups. When you close those pop-ups, then the movie finally plays, right? Like if you go to Put Locker, Gorilla Video, or whatever. Well, sometimes what would happen is I would get the red screen, and it would be an auto install. So like the red screen pops up and your computer is like, I'm downloading this just so you know. And that's how we got infected. It wasn't
It's
trying
nice of it to let you know.
It wasn't because of like trying to install some app. It was literally like I just clicked the play button and the pop-up installed virus software on my computer. And there was a while there that like auto-run viruses were a big thing. It was like every time you turn around, there was some new worm that was an auto-run program that would just installed itself on your computer without your permission. Anyway, when we get back here, we're going to be talking about these folks. They want to put tea on the blockchain. They want to put tomatoes on the blockchain. They want to put bananas on the blockchain. They want to put everything on the blockchain. Well, guess what? Sometimes they're stealing your money when they do it.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
My name is Angel Rach. I'm a mother of 2 teenage children, and I fought all the way to the Supreme Court for the right to use the medicine that saved my life. I've been permanently disabled for 10 years, with an inoperable brain tumor, wasting syndrome, and several other serious conditions. For 4 years, I was in a wheelchair, in so much pain I couldn't even hug my kids. The hardest part was looking in their eyes and seeing how much they were suffering because of my medical condition. The medicine that gave me my life back and gave my kids their mom back was cannabis, also known as medical marijuana. With medical marijuana, I can walk, maintain my weight, and I can be a mom. Without it, my doctors believe that I would die. To learn more about medical marijuana, contact Marijuana Policy Project at 1-877-JOIN-MPP or on the web at mpp.org.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get 1 free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
Did you know you can listen to LRN.FM via our free-to-air satellite channels? We have channels over nearly all of North America and much of Africa. All you need is an affordable receiver and a dish as small as 30 inches. There are no monthly fees. Learn more at sat.lrn.fm. Plus, if you are a broadcaster or want to be one, this is a good delivery method for our content. See our coverage maps and get details at sat.lrn.fm. That's sat.lrn.fm. sat.lrn.fm.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com, on the call to freedom, on LRN.FM. أنتم تستمعون إلى The Crypto Hour. يقدم إليكم برعاية Helium.com على برنامج نداء للحرية على LRN.FM.
Back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So it's Crypto Hour, and it's the Friday edition of the Crypto Hour, so we're more unprepared than usual. No, we want to.
That's an achievement,
right? We wanted to let you guys know about the malware and scam. I mean, that's kind of what we do. We find out about if there's threats to your computers, threats to your software, threats to your cryptocurrencies, and also idiots trying to convince you to be dumb enough to give them money so that they can, put it in their pocket and never actually give you anything in return for it. And we often talk about the unnecessary amount of different kinds of coins that there are out there. People wanting to put everything on the blockchain. As Aria said, maybe one day they'll even try to put prison on the blockchain. And they may need to with idiots like the ones we're about to talk about here. T-tokenizers. That's right. Let's put T on the blockchain. Well, T-tokenizers in China were arrested on an...
Tea? Like...
Tea. Like
a cup of tea?
Like oolong tea, green tea, rooibos tea, red tea, Ceylon tea.
They know that tea is a corporeal thing, right?
Well, they were trying to tokenize T, and in the process committed a $47 million alleged crypto fraud. Another cryptocurrency...
And what about the crime against the universe?
Right. Another cryptocurrency project's been busted by law enforcement in China for allegedly soliciting money from investors with fraudulent claims. According to the Guangdong Daily, I love the name. I literally could never get tired of saying the name of the China's favorite newspaper. A provincial government organ in China, police in Shenzhen arrested 6 individuals Monday who allegedly defrauded 3,000 Chinese investors out of $47 million by selling a cryptocurrency that they claimed was backed by a commodity. The 6 suspects formed a firm based in Shenzhen called PEB, which beginning January 2017 issued a blockchain-powered token dubbed Puercoin. According to the report, the project website says buyers of the token are entitled to hold a contract representing ownership of a certain amount of the pure Tibetan tea the firm has in stock, which it claims to be worth billions of dollars. While the token can be subsequently exchanged in a secondary market called Jubi.com, another website claims the contract can also bring a 12% annual return if investors choose to lock their funds for 12 months. Sounds like staking. According to the police investigation, though the firm had only a very limited amount of tea in stock, it promised high short-term returns to investors in social media promotions and roadshows at high-end hotels. The police said the project succeeded in attracting a significant number of investors by manipulating the secondary market with its own funds to drive up the token price 20-fold over the course of 2017. In fact, this week's crackdown may not entirely be surprising, as the firm had received a warning and a fine late last month from China's State Administration for Market Regulation, whose mandate is to ensure fair and just market competition. The authority fined the firm $20 million for disseminating false claims in an advertisement that touted it supposedly had large stockpiles of Tibetan tea to back their tokens. The arrest marks another notable crackdown on alleged cryptocurrency fraud in China, as law enforcement in the country have beefed up efforts to battle illegal fundraising. As previously reported, police from the Xi'an province have arrested the founders of an alleged nationwide cryptocurrency pyramid scheme said to have amassed $13 million from over 1,300 people. So yeah, let's put T on the blockchain. What could go wrong?
This is what could go
So,
wrong.
I mean, technically speaking, this was a cryptocurrency that was backed by T.
Yes, just like the
It was redeemable.
Banana coin is supposed to
And
be
the-
redeemable in bananas. And Baycoin
And the bacon coin
is supposed to be redeemable in bacon. I have a hard time believing that Oscar Mayer's not actually going to come through, though. Versus Banana Coin, who I don't know who developed it, and I've never heard of them before. And have you ever had any luck getting them to come on the show?
I have never tried.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to try. Let's see if we can get them on the show. If not, maybe we'll get lucky and expose like another one of these supposedly commodity-backed coins just being, well, no, we just figured people would be dumb enough to buy it. Turns out, as they were saying, though, China's got a lot of stuff going on with the whole, like, catching the fake cryptos. A Chinese government study recently released detected that there were 421 fake cryptocurrencies out there, and has put out a public service announcement to teach their folks how not to get scammed and how to look for easy to spot signs that they are being
Did they do this by creating a fake scam?
No, I don't think so. That's what the U.S. did. The U.S. is the country that creates fake websites that commit crimes that they're trying to bust, like fake child pornography websites so that they can catch kitty diddlers, and fake ICOs so that they can teach people about how bad ICOs are. When we get back, we're going to get into a discussion about this, and then we'll hopefully be able to list off some of these coins that China has decided are coins, aren't coins. Again, 421 fake cryptos, all run from overseas servers. So when we get back here, we're going to have a little talk about the what it seems is the plethora of fake coins that are being able to just get away with it. And I guess China's caught quite a few. You're welcome to give us a call if you want. 603-283-6160. We'll be right back here on the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
If you're looking for work, or even if you're not, here's an innocent mistake you really want to avoid. Never return calls before listening to your voicemail. Your wireless phone sends calls you didn't answer into voicemail, and it shows you phone numbers for calls you missed. Important. Don't call back callers you missed until you have first listened to your messages. Otherwise, you frustrate people who bothered to leave messages by asking them to repeat a message they just left as your voicemail greeting instructed them to. If you're a job applicant, this alone could be a deal killer. And even if you're not, there are few things you can convey to someone that are as fundamentally maddening as, "I didn't hear you." With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills have never been more important. For more tips for job seekers and everyone else, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. Facebook.freetalklive.com.
Free Talk Live.
So we had a guy call in on Saturday, and he was really kind of befuddled as to why anyone would alter their consciousness at all. Like, he had done a little bit of drinking when he was younger, but he's an older guy, and he just really couldn't get it. And I imagine it's really kind of difficult for somebody who doesn't get it. It's really easy to look down your nose at that point. I imagine it's really difficult for people like that to understand, but the fact is that if you're not altering your consciousness as a being on this planet, you're probably in the minority.
Or at some point in your life. Because some people, they kind of get out of it when they get older for whatever reason. They just get tired of it. They've had enough of that experience.
By definition, caffeine is a drug.
Sure it is.
Absolutely. It's a consciousness altering drug.
Wait until you give me a can of Diet Coke. I will flip out right here.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM. Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Crypto Hour on the Call to Freedom.
تستمتعون إلى The Crypto Hour على برنامج نداء للحرية.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we've been talking about the Chinese government and some scam coins and poopy coins and the T-coin, banana coin, who knows coin. Let's just put everything in a coin and, well, turns out maybe it wasn't all that.
Well, we have a currency backed by drama.
We do. We do have a currency backed by drama, but we don't want your money. We don't ask you to invest in it.
Well, we wouldn't say no if you sent some.
Invest drama.
Yes. Just all the drama. All the drama for the drama in the drama for the drama. And keep us on the air. 'Cause, see, if you keep us on the air, then it doesn't matter if our coin's worth anything or not, because then we get sponsors, and then that makes money for the show, and then that keeps the show going, and it doesn't matter if the coins are worth anything. Because they're probably worth like .000000000. -00.
Oh, they are totally worthless.
They are, yeah. They're totally worthless. But they're fun. They're fun, and that's what makes them worth something. Oh, hello, Mr. Idiot in a big truck that ran the stop sign. I love watching people just run the stop sign in front of the radio studio. They do it all day. They don't even slow down. They're just like, it's a stop sign. Who cares? Blow right through it. It's not even there. Anyway, it says here there was a government-led study in China that's detected 421 cryptocurrencies, according to a report published today. IFCERT, a national committee of Internet financial security experts initiated by China's Ministry of Industry and IT, has warned of the dangers of fraud in the crypto space. The committee's report, ooh, yay, I can read the whole report translated into English. That's awesome. The committee's report notes that as of April, over 60% of the 421 detected fake cryptos are run from overseas servers, making them, quote, difficult to find and track. IFCERT's ongoing monitoring identified 3 key features of fraudulent digital currency profiles. Firstly, their reliance on so-called pyramid scheme operational models, in which investors are first compelled to make a payment, then promised returns on the basis that they enroll others in the scheme. The second feature of fraud crypto, according to IFCERT, is the absence of open source code, a fake digital asset, allowing its creators to dupe investors into an illusion of skyrocketing growth by artificially splitting the tokens to create an impression of proliferating rewards. The fraudsters claim that the more tokens are generated, the more wealth increases, quote, only rising without falling. Lastly, according to IFCERT, given that bogus coins cannot be traded on legitimate crypto exchanges, they're largely traded through over-the-counter deals or even on transient, phony platforms. With no transparency, scammers can manipulate apparent price surges while at the same time preventing investors from withdrawing funds in order to benefit from such spikes. The report concludes that such virtual currency scams are cases of illegal fundraising, with a high risk that the creators will simply disappear and wreak huge losses for investors, left unable to defend their rights. The features of a fraud cryptocurrency identified by IFCERT in the recent study are strikingly similar to those identified by the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission in a recent campaign aimed to educate investors. The U.S. SEC has created a website for a fake ICO that went live just 2 days ago. The SEC's HowieCoin.com lures investors with a too-good-to-be-true investment opportunity. Let's see. How many days are left in that opportunity? 14 days, 22 hours, and 26 minutes. Oddly enough, the same amount of time that was left when we covered the Howie Coins on Tuesday. It rolls over every 10 minutes. It goes from 26 to 25 to 24 to 21, then back to 29. Let's see here. First, the business model with peer. So yeah, you've got. I'm looking at the thing here. Digitcoin is one of the coins that they show here. It's an adoption based on a pyramid virtual currency platform. Developers operating models claiming that it's a virtual currency or renminbi can generate high returns. Rebate for fixed ratios, more rewards for more investment. These types of things are terms to watch out for. Fake. Second, allegedly funds artificial split tokens. Virtual currencies.
Just because it's cryptocurrency doesn't mean people get to start being stupid. If somebody comes up to you and says, hey, if you give me $1,000, I'll turn it into $50,000, you're going to ignore them. You're not going to give them money. It's no different just because, they say, oh, I'll give you these worthless tokens while I go and turn this into $50,000.
Right. Well, you've got here one platform that openly declared that it split 10 times, that their coin has forked 10 times and only rises without falling. And basically
only rises without falling.
Yeah.
Wow.
More investment tokens, the higher the split gains. So basically, every time it splits, your coins are supposed to double in your wallet, like an airdrop. So basically, they're taking all of the different things and just kind of combining them into one thing and going, hey, it's a crypto. We will sell to you for money. You give us money now. We give you worthless nothing. But they don't have a risk of the where's the list? See, I want a list. They said there's 421 fake cryptos out there. Okay, well, I want a list. Where are they at? But they don't have a list. Data. That's in Chinese, of course. National, blah, 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 blah. Monitoring, geographic distribution, vulnerability types, attack types, but no list. I'm sorry. Isn't that kind of an important piece of information?
Just a little.
So we come up with list 421 company fake crypto. Well, who are they? We no tell you. Well, then why'd you do the study?
Will, I have to ask, is it just because it's Chuma, or is there some other reason that all of your evil, bad crypto advice voices today happen to sound Middle Eastern?
I don't know. Who knows?
I mean, I'm just saying, is that really a stereotype you need to be reinforcing, considering who you are and what you do for a living?
Actually, that was supposed to be Chinese, but I guess my Chinese is really bad.
I could do a better Chinese.
You pay now, or you go.
That could be. That could be.
Anyway, so the Chinese government put together a list of 421 fake cryptos, and then just told you, hey, there's 421 fake cryptos.
Matchcoin fake.
Right? Well, yeah, but can you tell me the names of the fake cryptos? No.
No
Bitcoin Silver?
Bitcoin. Well, yeah, awesome. There's one. Now there's only 420 left to go. Anyway, when we get back here on the Cult of Freedom, we are going to continue on. We're going to talk about how, also in China, miners are switching to AI because of government regulations.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment walking down the street to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM, you may want to help expose others to our great programs. To assist you in doing so, you'll find resources at promote.lrn.fm, including details on how to get a free bumper sticker, quarter-page flyers you can print out and distribute, banners for your website, as well as files that will allow you to make your own custom banners and graphics. Visit promote.lrn.fm and help bring new listeners to the Liberty Radio Network. That's promote.lrn.fm.
Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT No Gov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me. Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa, hey, who do you think you are? Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't going to make it.
Wait a minute.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me? Because you're scared me. What am I being detained for?
You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
You are listening to Call to Freedom's Crypto Hour, brought to you by Helium.com. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार के क्रिप्टो आवर को, जिसके प्रस्तुत करता है Helium.com.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We've been talking about China, and lots of stuff is going on in China. You got they busted some folks who were doing a fake T token, a fake T coin. Then you had this other thing where they're like, oh, well, we found 421 fake coins. I guess T tokens were one of them. But we're not going to tell you what they are, because I've looked through this this report here. What of it is translated into English or is able to be translated into English, and the only coin really that's mentioned is Bitcoin, Litecoin, and Ethereum, and we know those aren't fake. And this Digit coin, DGC, and that's it.
Well, they're fake if you ask Goldman Sachs.
Right. Well, they're not telling you the names of any of the Radar coin, Radar China, VBC.
Choppers, guys, choppers.
VBC. Yeah. What's VBC? VBC.
Radar joke, mash joke. Dude, I don't get a reaction to the mash joke from Will.
Oh, the B coin. B coin. Remember B coin?
Will's ignoring my mash joke.
Yeah,
I do not. Should I?
Well, that and because you need to turn your mic up too. So you don't remember B coins? We covered B coin, the ICO, and the fact that they were fake. The B token. Oh my God, B token and B coin are different. But yeah, B coin. Price is 0001. Provides services like the following: exchange rate, bank, encrypted coin, design points. Anyway, yeah, it was like they came down. They're another one that they split. But that's all that they've got listed. It's just those. They don't have the rest of them. So I want the list of 420 coins so that we can post them on our website so people can go there and look and be like, oh, maybe I should not drop my money into that fake piece of junk. But moving on to something that might be important to miners, Chinese ASIC manufacturers, well, they've decided maybe they don't want to make ASICs for Bitcoin mining for you anymore because of Chinese regulations. They're going to devote their R&D efforts to artificial intelligence. Due to recent crypto crackdowns in China, Chinese ASIC chip manufacturer Bitmain has decided it's turning to artificial intelligence as an artificial revenue source. China's crypto regulations have included an initial coin offering ban in the fall of last year, this January's ban on exchange-like services, and a February ban on foreign crypto exchanges. Bitmain manufactures the processing chips and miners that mine for a variety of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins like Monero, although the release of the Monero mining Antminer at the end of March led Monero to upgrade in order to preserve its ASIC resistant nature. Jihan Wu, Bitmain's co-chief executive, told Bloomberg in one of his infrequent interviews that, quote, because artificial intelligence requires a lot of computations, it's the natural alternative option for ASIC manufacturers. As a company in China, we simply have to be prepared. Bitmain's Sofron BM1680 chip, which they began selling in October, can more cheaply speed up machine learning as compared to those made by NVIDIA and Advanced Micro Devices Incorporated, although it's not quite as powerful. Wu, who predicts that AI chips could account for up to 40% of Bitmain's revenue in 5 years, told Bloomberg that Bitmain is, quote, just trying to do something that they can't take care of well enough. They cannot take care of well enough. At the end of February this year, a report showed that Bitmain, a 4-year-old company, made between $3 and $4 billion in operating profits in 2017, as compared to 27-year-old competitor NVIDIA, who made about $3 billion during the same time period. So basically, because of the threat of impending regulations that, the Chinese government, we just read, they've declared 421 coins to be fake. Maybe it's a good idea for Chinese manufacturers to start putting their focus on other things. Come on now, I'm not the only person to have an opinion on the show about this topic.
No, there's just not a whole lot to comment on in that. It sucks that regulation is going to kill the ASIC market in China, considering that, so many of our chips are, built or constructed, manufactured in China. So if those go down, then we're going to have a much harder time mining Bitcoin and Litecoin and a lot of the other coins that are not ASIC resistant, which is going to, drive up the cost of transaction fees as well as the transaction times. It's going to hurt the crypto market much more than the regulations themselves did.
Do you think that they'll probably start, my suggestion is they'll probably start making them in India or Korea.
They'll start making what?
They'll just move factory. They'll just start have factories in India.
I don't know.
Or in
They seem to rather just get out of the ASIC market.
I don't know that would be a bad thing. Because then, if the Chinese, a lot of these Chinese companies have figured out that if they just turn the ASICs on themselves instead of selling them, they're worth a whole lot more money. And now you have companies that they have these huge mining farms. So maybe it's better that they don't, because that's the reason why you have our old sponsor Vertcoin or Bitcoin Cash said one of their reasons. Roger Ver said one of his reasons was these mining farms in China where the hash power for mining is becoming centralized, and this could. I know it sounds crazy, but the Chinese government coming in and smashing these things like the Chinese government often does may actually be a good thing, because it will force the market. You and I can't mine Bitcoin anymore because all the hash power is over there. So when all that is gone, is it not reasonable to think that ability to mine will become easier? Hash power will be more decentralized and back into the hands of folks like you and me?
That would be the ideal outcome, I suppose, but I don't see it happening with, Bitcoin at least.
They'll move those mining farms to Egypt or Korea. Remember what we were just talking about yesterday, where they were hiding,
pretending to be chicken farmers.
Yeah, they were pretending to be chicken farmers, and they were mining Bitcoin. So, I see that starting to happen. I don't think it will ever be financially feasible to have mining farms in the U.S. because it costs.
We already have them.
$5,000 a coin.
MGT has a few.
Really? Who does?
Mm-hmm. McAfee Global Technologies.
Oh, well, yeah, I know Verge is setting one of their own for their own coin up as well. But for Bitcoin, though, it's $5,000 a coin almost in electricity costs. That's pretty expensive. Just in power costs.
Yeah, but but you get $8,000 per coin. So it's a lot of overhead, but it's,
the overhead is what
the profit more than exceeds it.
Well, I guess if you've got the money to put in for the overhead, then it'll work. Anyway, when we get back here, it's Friday afternoon, so that means it's time for this week's biggest libertarian drama. So stick around.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Radio is the most personal of mediums. I exist right now in your head. If you listen to Free Talk Live regularly, you know me. Free Talk Live is on more than 160 radio stations around the U.S. and has been downloaded on every continent around the world. Hundreds of thousands of listeners with ad packages from $600 a month to $6,000 a month. Imagine what we can do for your business, project, website, or idea. Email me, mark@freetalklive.com.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 18th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.44 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $27, and the average price of Bitcoin is $8,105. Antiwar.com reports saying they believe the U.S. and North Korea have some kind of difference in stances. Ahead of their June 12th summit, South Korea has issued a statement offering to serve as mediator for the talks and various other channels. South Korea's Blue House has issued a statement saying they've discerned North Korea's position and attitude and are interested in talking to the Trump administration as a way of preparing for the summit. North Korea does not seem to be on board with the idea, however. Their chief negotiator, Ri Son-gwan, issued a statement Thursday criticizing South Korea as ignorant and incompetent. He said there would be no new talks with South Korea until there are some understandings that have been reached. North Korea had made substantial diplomatic progress with both the U.S. and South Korea in recent months. A recent U.S.-South Korea war game, however, has raised some questions in the minds of the North Korean leadership. Since the backlash is heavier against South Korea than the U.S., it's unlikely that North Korea is going to welcome the South as a mediator by June 12th without a major last-minute rapprochement. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports an eruption at Hawaii's Kilauea volcano early Thursday sent a plume of ash up to 30,000 feet into the sky, according to emergency officials. The U.S. Geological Survey's Hawaii Volcano Observatory said the explosion happened around 4:15 a.m. on the Big Island of Hawaii. After the initial explosion, emissions continued up to 12,000 feet. On Wednesday, the U.S. Geological Survey recorded about 125 shallow earthquakes around the volcano and nearby areas. Eruptions at Kilauea have opened at least 20 fissures since activity began 2 weeks ago. Flows of lava have forced hundreds of evacuations and destroyed at least 24 homes. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports Republicans in the U.S. Congress who are pushing for action on immigration legislation said on Thursday they are getting closer to an agreement on a bill that President Donald Trump could support. Representative Mark Meadows, chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, said, "I think we had better discussions in the last 48 hours than in the last 48 months." Meadows was referring to negotiations with both the White House and centrist House Republicans on a bill that would address the future of young immigrants known as Dreamers who were brought to the United States as children in violation of immigration laws. But Meadows also said details had to be worked out on difficult issues before a bill could be ready for a House floor debate. Meadows, Trump, and many House conservatives are pushing for tough new controls on both legal and illegal immigration that Democrats and some Republicans oppose. Fearing defeat in November, congressional elections, and possibly their control of the House of Representatives, conservatives want to demonstrate to their voter base that they have been pushing forward on Trump's demands to clamp down on immigration. Meadows and other House Freedom Caucus members on Thursday even threatened to bring down a massive farm bill being pushed by their leaders if an immigration debate is not held first. Republican Representative Jeff Denham, who is threatening to use procedural tactics to force a wide-ranging debate on the House floor, said on Thursday he thought negotiators could fashion legislation that both hardline conservatives and Democrats could support. In remarks to reporters, Meadows warned that simply swapping protections for Dreamers in return for $25 billion to build Trump's southwest border wall will never happen because it would not go far enough for the president, who also wants to cut legal immigration significantly. Democratic Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham, who heads the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, expressed doubts about Freedom Caucus negotiations leading to a deal. Grisham said in a hallway interview, "It sounds to me like they're trying to keep a productive process from occurring." This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
Pennington is reeling this hour from one of the biggest stories we've seen in decades.
That's right, Kathy. Mayor Sue Hallinan has stepped down following revelations of her involvement in a coupon forging scandal. After a week of fervent denials, Mayor Hallinan admitted that last Thursday she used 5 counterfeit coupons on a weekly shopping trip to the Kroger for a savings totaling $14.81.
Once you've made a fake coupon and you've had a taste of that power, it's hard to stop.
Mayor Hallinan also apologized for her first response to the controversy when she blamed Jared the Paperboy for stealing her coupons and replacing them with the fakes.
I don't know what to say. She could have ruined my career. I hope she goes to jail forever.
And in what many are saying is the ultimate indignity, Mayor Hallinan's photo has been put up on the Kroger's so-called banishment wall in between such undesirables as the Fredericks boy and infamous gum thief, Mr. Ivins.
This is the Onion News Network.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. आप सुन रहे हैं स्वतंत्रता की पुकार सिर्फ और सिर्फ LRN.FM पे।
Back here to the final hour of this live broadcast of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So it is a Friday afternoon, May the 18th. And, well, that means I'm old now. That means I'm old now. I'm now 30, 7? Yeah, 37. But it also means, well, it means it's time for our most popular part of the show.
Yay!
And I do, I swear.
The Arvin statement of the week.
Right. I have it queued up, I promise.
Like sands through the hourglass, so are the days of our lives. This is MacDonald Carey, and these are the days of our lives.
All right. So it is time for Libertarian Drama of the Week. And, well, you know what? I was worried, man. Excuse me. I was really worried. Weren't you?
In a universe that contains Arvin Vohra, I am never worried about not having drama.
Right. Well, because he'd been so quiet, and I was just like, well, I wonder what's going on.
Well, we know what was going on. All the various votes to try to get rid of him were going on, and those subsided for a while, and now, well, here we are.
Well, let's see here. Okay, let's see here. There's a series of posts on Facebook that is that have got some people going. Let's see here. Wow. Keep going. Wow, he's really been at it, hasn't he? Good Lord.
Even more, because the one thing that I saw I thought was enough to fill half an hour at least.
Oh my God. I'll take a white supremacist who wants to tear down the welfare state over a government teacher who wants to keep it. That was one.
Just shows he doesn't understand white supremacists.
Here we go. Here it is. Question for libertarians. Question 1. Should we welcome white supremacists? Question 2.
No.
Should we welcome government school teachers?
Yes, because they may be on the road to repentance.
Well,
white supremacist or not.
You can't say that, though. You can't say that.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Well, they're clearly not on the. I mean, that's like them shooting. No, that's like the soldier shooting a gun at somebody, going, "Oh, I'm becoming a libertarian."
Except that school teachers don't kill people.
No, they just teach you the obedience so that you're willing to take the order so that you will.
And not all of them do. In fact, a school teacher with libertarian leanings might be using the power that they have through the state to teach otherwise. I know many libertarians who came to libertarianism after getting that job that then proceeded to expose kids to the ideas of liberty through the job and because of the
Arvin does the same thing without being a public school teacher.
Not very effectively.
So does our own Chelsea Snyder.
Here's another one. Pick one.
But we like Chelsea.
A big tent that lets government school worshipers and white supremacists pretend they're libertarian. Or 2. Standards. I'm sorry.
That's a little better.
I gotta agree with him on that one, because we've kind of.
I can get behind that one. Okay, I can. That one's all right. If at least there's consistency there.
Morons. I like this one. Morons and unsophisticates are more often impressed by the decor of a restaurant than the actual food. They don't know what good food is, so they assume sugar-coated fried garbage in a fancy room must be fancy food. Many people grow out of this. They learn what real food tastes like, what ingredients determine quality. They become impressed by authenticity or innovation, by the quality of ingredients, by the actual food, not just the decors. Anyone who's willing to see past the smoke and mirrors can learn to do this. Interestingly enough, the fancy style that impresses rubes isn't actually fancy. It's just what bumpkins think fanciness looks like. Today in the LP, we have a similar problem. Like the Dumbo, who's impressed by the decor at the Olive Garden. Many of our members are impressed by an unsophisticate's idea of style, combined with a total lack of substance. I've generally advised against nominating former Republicans as our presidential candidates, but I'm surprised to have to advise against a Massachusetts Republican, aka Democrat. I'm shocked that I need to say, don't nominate someone who signed an assault weapons ban, continues to support automatic weapons bans, and endorsed Hillary Clinton right before the election. I'm amazed that I need to say, don't nominate someone who cares more about preserving the status quo than they do about shattering it with liberty. I know some people think that he's famous. He's not. The only reason anyone outside the 1990s in Massachusetts knows who he is that he was the LP's vice presidential candidate. A few political insiders knew who he was before, but pretty much no one else did. I certainly had never heard of him. The simple fact is anyone we nominate will get some sort of fame. We don't need the candidate to have fame unless he has a real superstar fame. Kanye, Trump, and Zuckerberg have that kind of fame, although I'm not sure about nominating any of them. Weld, however, doesn't. The candidate doesn't need to bring fame. He or she needs to bring principles, a burning desire to massively dismantle the state, a clear willingness to put freedom above preserving the status quo, and an unshakable dedication to the true principles of liberty and the liberty movement. Weld does not bring any of those. I get that Reason magazine seems to like him, but given that they also seem to like government schools these days, I can't say I care much about that. I will not support a Weld candidacy. Trump is probably more libertarian than Weld, and Weld...
Oh, no.
Shut up.
Arvin.
Shut up.
Arvin.
Shut up. God, let me finish what the man said. And Trump is 0% libertarian. This is personal and not an official post. Respectfully. See, I told you guys, this whole thing has been about Weld. All from the very beginning. It's been about driving out these malcontent little crybaby sissies that came in from the Republican Party. People, I'm sorry, Tom, you're too moderate for the Libertarian Party.
I know. That's why I don't take the label. That's why I don't, try to seek seats at the convention like some other Republicans. Dave Null! I just hang out with you guys on the radio and talk shop.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm good with that.
Exactly. But see, Dave wants to, and this Mohammed Khurzat Rust, or whatever his name, all these Dave's friends, they want influence. They want to control the party. They want to get, well, our guy couldn't get nominated on his own, so we're going to come and we're going to float around a loser in a smaller pond, and then we'll feel like winners. Yeah, you'll feel like winners because you're losers. In your own party, your centrist ideology is a great big O-L. Loser. So keep it out of ours. Anyway, when we get back, we're going to continue on with some of the great things Arvin's had to say this week that I'm telling you, Arvin's going to win Dramatarian of the Year. I'm calling it today. Actually, I called it in February, but I'm calling it again today. Arvin for Dramatarian of the Year.
This Your Family Today tip is brought to you by Nestle Toll House Morsels, helping you create special moments and memories your family will cherish forever. Visit us at tollhouse.com. You may bake for birthdays and holidays, but why stop there? Sweeten up the rest of the year by designating monthly dessert days. Treat your family to one of their favorites or surprise them with something new. Either way, you'll create a tradition everyone will love. For more tips like these, visit us at parenthood.com/yourfamilytoday.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm. What do you shop for that you could otherwise buy at Amazon? Pretty much everything, right? Amazon has competitive pricing and they deliver, and that's a big plus. If you could plan ahead in your shopping, would you be interested in saving up to 33%? There's a catch. You have to do your shopping in Bitcoin. But imagine those savings. It's like a huge raise. All you have to do is go to saveatpurse.com. We've saved thousands, and you can too. Plan ahead and save. Saveatpurse.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom on LRN.fm. Unasikiliza wito wa uhuru katika LRN.fm.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. And, of course, it is the last hour of our live broadcast on a Friday afternoon. So that means it's libertarian drama. And you know what? We were worried. I was wondering maybe I won't have drama this week. Maybe we'll be talking about a libertarian candidacy that's made some waves or something, like the Brian Ellison thing. But nope. Of course, Arvin Vohra still exists. So, I'm going to continue on with some of these things that because he went on for hours. Says, I don't want to make libertarianism mainstream. I want to make the mainstream libertarian. Abolish government schools, end welfare. Let's see here. Bad idea. Current U.S. foreign policy. Identical idea. Carrying out current U.S. foreign policy. Hashtag don't enlist. We don't need to make ourselves more like them. We need to make them more like us. Talking about the Libertarian Party trying to appeal by changing. What's worse, using the N-word or bombing brown children in the Middle East? Well, that's actually a question that we've.
Oh, well, we already know their answer to that.
Yeah, we've answered that question more than once. Saying no and mean words is worse than murder now.
The fact that, we will gladly take in former soldiers who literally bombed brown people for money, for pay.
Okay, this is funny.
If you are racist, you're not welcome.
A brown
it's okay
guy
to kill them.
A brown guy that looks like Bin Laden with a foreign-sounding name is being told that he has more white privilege than white people. Seriously. What? I mean, if you've seen a picture of Arvin.
Oh, I got lectured earlier today by a straight cis white dude about historical oppression.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's always so funny. Taxation is theft. Racism is just an irrelevant opinion. Taxation is worse than racism.
How many people did that trigger?
A lot.
Oh, my God.
A whole lot. A whole lot. White supremacy seeks to legislate
Taxation
legislation into public policy. You know what's worse than taxation? Taxation with racism. And that I will agree. See? And there you go. You're just trolling. Hey, Nick Sarwark, come read your handiwork. What? It's true. Taxation with racism is worse than just taxation. Because it's taxation that's going to be used to encourage like taxation in the 50s. Taxation in the 50s is worse than taxation today, I think. Because in the 50s, we weren't just killing people of a different color and philosophy overseas. We were also enforcing extremely racist policies of the government here at home. So I'll say that taxation in the 50s was worse than taxation today. It says, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what your country can do for France, Saudi Arabia, and Israel. That's another good one. Leave NATO, leave the UN.
Well, I would ask what they can do for themselves.
Yesterday, 4:17 a.m. Step 1, let everyone in the Middle East kill each other. Step 2, buy oil from whoever's left.
My God.
Right?
That's him being intentionally inflammatory.
Yes. Yeah, it is, but it's I don't know how many people I've heard say that exact same thing. Bad idea. Welcoming public school teachers. Good idea. Welcoming former public school teachers who already repudiate government schools. Good idea. Oh, wait. Bad idea. Racism. Worse idea. Government schools. Does libertarianism allow racism? Sure. Does libertarianism allow government schools? Nope. And he's true. That's true. According to a libertarian, if you're a racist, then fine. The government has no right to aggress against you because you're stupid. Racism is allowed in a libertarian society because you can't use government force against people for being dumb. Now, if they act on that racism and commit an act of violence against another, or fraud or theft or whatever against a person because of that racism, that is something that you can go against. And you can speak out against racism. There's no reason in a libertarian society you can't say racism's stupid. I say it often. Racism is stupid. Idiots are racist. There are lots of idiots in America, on the left and the right. And most of them are racist.
That's how I got into the argument with that guy who lectured me on what minorities have been through in the past, was that, he told me, shocking, a white person who isn't find racism deplorable or something to that effect.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
You racist piece of crap. What does my skin color have to do with anything? You racist idiot.
But he's correct also that libertarianism does not support government schooling. It doesn't. So in a libertarian society, would racists exist? Yeah, probably, because stupid people will exist in every society. In a libertarian society, would government-run schools exist? No. And that's the truth. I mean, it's just the truth. Stupid people exist in all societies. All right, let's see here. All right. Bad idea. A socialist who supports government schools. Impossible idea. A libertarian who supports government schools. So, Tom.
I mean, define supports.
Supports.
Obviously, if you're saying they're the ideal, or if you're saying you want to expand their role, that's not libertarian. But there's such a thing as priorities, and personally, I think that if libertarians get a foothold on government, their priorities should be things like ending war and foreign incursions, criminal justice.
Letting the government educate our kids is one of the main reasons that war continues to be propagated as it is.
Not really,
because the government instills in them. Yes.
Look at all the private...
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with AgristHosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agrist Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to AgristHosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's AgristHosting.com.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
A local grandmother is beginning to realize that her family never even looked for a better nursing home. A man leaves a father-daughter dance with a different girl than he came with, and an earthquake late warning system goes off in Haiti. Watch as yet another precious fraction of your life passes mercilessly in front of your very eyes. This is the Onion Week in Review. Shortly after discovering he had locked himself outside of his suburban home Thursday, Fully Nude claims adjuster David Ronzo delivered a moving and thought-provoking treatise on the frailty of the human condition to a slowly gathering crowd of his neighbors. Ronzo, who initially panicked when he realized he was naked, soon turned and faced confused passersby and delivered a stirring oration on the grim facts of mortality, along with the indomitable nature of the human spirit. In other news, a man is arrested for stealing over $50,000 worth of beards from Hank Williams Jr. A pretty lady is playing hard to follow, and a dog named Murph lives up to his name. For more, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
This is the Onion News Network.
Some of our live shows are streamed in HD on Twitch. Please follow and share at twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
You are listening to The Call to Freedom.
Live on LRN.FM. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Welcome back into the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Broadcasting live from the Shire. And it is another beautiful day. Broadcasting live on this Friday afternoon. We've been talking about, everyone's favorite topic, libertarian drama. And of course, just when we thought we wouldn't have a story we could cover this week, Arvin pulls it out. 24-hour, non-stop drama-stirring marathon. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you what, it's been entertaining. Now, since Tom had a little something he wanted to talk about, I wanted to make sure we got a couple paragraphs of this out to kind of give Arvin's position before Tom jumped in with his position on public school teachers. This posted 13 hours ago. Says, today the enemy of liberty is not some faceless puppeteer who's tricked us into some theft-funded statist policy. It's the people carrying out those policies, and it's the people supporting the value system that leads into those policies. It's the government school teacher, without whom government schools could not exist. It is the soldier, without whom the military overreach could not exist. It is the police officer, without whom the drug war would be impossible. It is all the people who foolishly worship these groups and thus directly encourage young people to go down these paths. The best thing you can do with an enemy is turn them into a friend. The worst thing you can do with an enemy is pretend that he's your friend when he actually isn't. Someone who is part of those parts of the state, who refuses to repudiate them, continues to endorse them, is not an ally, they're an adversary. For a government school teacher legitimately to join us, they must first repudiate government schools. He must say their existence is wrong and immoral. The same is true for any government job, for any military job that goes an inch past the minimum necessary for the defense of America.
Aha!
Not
there
France,
you go.
Not Israel.
There's his exemption.
Or for any drug war.
He's just fine with government as long as it protects his interests.
No, that's not what he said.
That's what he just said.
That doesn't go...
No, Tom, that was him throwing a bone to the...
The minimal government necessary to protect your house is you with a shotgun.
That's not what he said. That's not what he said at all. Any military job that goes 1 inch past the minimum necessary for defense, for national defense.
Which is
to prevent outside militaries from invading.
Why say otherwise? I mean, the founders had a vision for that. It's called no central military whatsoever. It's called the militia. I mean, now you're saying I'm fine with government that even the massive statists who founded the country didn't think that we needed, and then still getting butthurt about schools, which cost a fraction of the amount and do a whole lot less killing.
Well,
this is where Arvin is a fakertarian.
Okay.
Arvin Var is a fakertarian when it comes to this.
Law enforcement against prohibition is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. These are former police officers who oppose the drug war. They are legitimate allies to this movement. Former government school teachers who repudiate government schools, people like the legendary John Taylor Gatto, author of The 12-Year Sentence, are legitimate allies. People who keep droning on about the supposed popularity of government schools that are so popular no one would pay for them voluntarily, so popular that people literally have to steal to fund them, they have not legitimately joined the cause of liberty or even understood it. There's no kind of libertarianism that includes government schools. That's socialism, not libertarianism. Some have asked about my actual views on white supremacists. Do I actually want to recruit them? Obviously not. For starters, I'm not white, so it's not in my own self-interest. Then there's the fact that most are collectivist idiots whose only achievement is having a particularly ineffective skin color. But does it show how nonsensical the big tent libertarian proposals are? The people who espouse big tent libertarianism aren't promoting a big tent. They're just kowtowing to the cult of the omnipotent state, accepting whoever statist society says is nice and rejecting whoever statist society says is mean, and calling that big tent libertarianism. It's not. It's just supporting the values of the enemy. I wanted you to see the deep hypocrisy in the movement, the desperation with which we have accepted the values of the statist culture we pretend to oppose. This society's produced this government. If we don't change the cultural values and remove the entire government, then this society will produce a nearly identical government again. The government is what this society, with this set of values and with this culture, wants. To change that, we have to change the values. We have to say that any free market entrepreneur, anyone who has a free market or black market job, is morally above any government school teacher, any soldier, any police officer. And if we don't end that worship of the people who carry out destructive government, well, I want to make one thing clear. Libertarianism's not about niceness. It's about dismantling government. It's about looking that federal worker dead in the face and explaining that he won't have money for his kid's college tuition. That's what happens when you lazily join an immoral organization. Sometimes you get away with it, and sometimes, well, the gravy train ends. Libertarianism is about looking that welfare mom with 9 kids and no job right in the eye and letting her know that the free ride is over. It's about telling that recipient of middle-class welfare, government schools, the largest welfare program in America, by the way, that they now have to pay for their own kids, or homeschool, or hire a babysitter. That the state is not your babysitter. Libertarian.
And Arvin needs to get his own guns and defend his own land instead of expecting me to pay for his quote-unquote little national defense.
Libertarianism is nice, and he hates the military, dude.
Then why is he talking about minimal necessary? Minimal necessary is none. So why is he making the?
Because the Libertarian Party is accepting of monarchists.
Exactly,
and that's by design.
He's not.
Why can there not be a minarchist who says we can defend ourselves, but we need somebody to watch our kids while we work?
Because that's not monarchism. I mean, the mine in that stands for minimum.
Neither is a federal military. That's so un-minarchist that the non-minarchists...
Well, I would say that as an anarchist, but that's not what minarchists believe.
And then he comes around
That's what it means that different people believe different things.
All right, well, let me finish his statement. Libertarianism is nice in the long run because it creates jobs, opportunities, and innovations. But it's mean as hell in the short run because it involves taking away the entire welfare state. If you want to be a real people-pleasing doormat, I doubt you can be a libertarian in any sense that matters. I've often mocked the NRA as an organization that tricks gun owners into voting for statists, usually the kind with an R by their name, instead of fighting to eliminate existing gun laws. But are we really any different? What's the point of a libertarian party that supports the most unlibertarian program in history?
Law enforcement against prohibition, which is statist as heck.
Are we just going to keep being the nice party, the cute and harmless party, the eccentric nerd party? Or are we going to be the state-destroying, state worship-rejecting, government-dismantling party? Are we going to be nice enough to get patted on the head? Or are we going to destroy the value system and policies that need to be destroyed? You have to admit, man, these are good questions to ask. I have been saying all along that this was the point of what was going on with Arvin Vohra. No one wanted to listen to me. Finally, here it is from his own mouth. So
his
there
own
we go.
Hypocritical mouth.
When we get back, it'll be time for cannabis news, so stick around.
Don't bogart that joint, my friend.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com. Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippie! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447.
The warning signs.
First, he made me feel special. He promised he'd look after me, provide for my future. He broke every promise he made.
Millions of Americans afflicted.
I was ready to leave, but he told me he'd change. So I gave him another chance. I was such a fool.
The consequences.
Things only got worse. He started making my decisions for me, about my job, my kids' education, my money, my safety, my future. He took away my choices, but I kept going back to the same politicians.
The diagnosis? Battered voter syndrome.
I fell for the same old lies. They were just playing with my emotions, telling me what I wanted to hear. That's not right.
If you're tired of the two-party system but want to support a principled Libertarian Party, check out the Libertarian Party of New Hampshire at lpnh.org. That's lpnh.org.
Love what we do? Please help support our international satellite channels at patreon.lrn.fm. That's patreon.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM.
Let's focus our discussion first on marijuana, okay? Marijuana has a very distinct smell, okay? I'm going to pass around just a little tiny bit, and I want you all to take a smell so you know when someone is smoking marijuana near you.
Welcome here to the of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. Sorry, man, I haven't had anything to eat or drink since I got up this morning, so I'm a little stupid right now. Because it's Ramadan, and that's what we do during Ramadan. Is Will tries to kill himself once a day for 30 days, basically. Anyway,
that's not what I've read about Ramadan.
Why is that what we do during Ramadan?
Well, because Will has hypoglycemia and he tries to fast every year because it makes him really self-conscious that he has a problem that he physically can't. And like brown Muslims look at you funny if you don't fast. And like I have hypoglycemia, just like, and I'm white coupled together, just like totally kills my being Muslim street cred, so to speak. So I almost kill myself over and over again until I finally just give up. And I do this every year. So, but I'm not really shaking yet, but my brain is completely gone. So,
normal Friday then.
Yeah, normal Friday. No, I haven't had to ask Mark or Daryl come and take over the controls, so I'm still good. Anyway, there's this is kind of funny. The story that we've got here for the cannabis news for this Friday. U.S. attorney details cannabis enforcement in light of Oregon's oversupply. That's right, Oregon's got too much weed. They just grow that stuff in the hills so good, now they got more than they can take. The illicit market for marijuana is thriving in Oregon, and an oversupply of cannabis from growers is flowing to more than 24 states where pot remains illegal, according to top federal law enforcement officials on Friday. So today, U.S. Attorney Billy Williams, what a name, said that the state has a significant overproduction problem and that he would prioritize enforcement of overproduction, interstate trafficking, organized crime, and cases involving underage marijuana use and environmental damage from illicit pot farms. The comments, which echoed those he made earlier this year, were included in a memo that outlines his plan for enforcing federal drug laws in a state with legalized marijuana. Williams is the first U.S. attorney to issue such guidance after General AG Jeff Sessions rescinded the Obama administration's guidance on pot-friendly states in January. As the primary law enforcement official in Oregon, I will not make broad proclamations of blanket immunity from prosecution to those who violate federal law, he wrote. Sessions asked federal prosecutors to determine cannabis policies for their districts, prompting Williams to convene a summit in Portland earlier this year to discuss the state's oversupply problem. At the time, Williams also penned an editorial that described a glut of marijuana making its way out of the state illegally and called for action by local and state leaders. Translation, he's a prohibitionist, sounds like to me. Those in the cannabis industry reacted with cautious optimism, however, to the memo and said that it didn't seem to change the federal marijuana policy in Oregon. I think it's already what law enforcement was focusing on, and we need to crack down on illegal grows out there, which is not good for the legal market either, said Brent Kenyon, who runs a consulting business that helps entrepreneurs set up pro-pot businesses. I applaud him for not wasting any taxpayer dollars on trying to mess with the legal system as it's set up. The state currently has 1 million pounds of marijuana flower in inventory, a staggering amount for a state with a population of 4.1 million people. That doesn't include the 350,000 pounds of cannabis edibles, tinctures, and concentrates. The retail price for a gram of pot has fallen 50% since 2015, from around $14 to, wow, $7. That's dang. According to a report by the Oregon Office of Economic Analysis, legal growers and retailers alike have felt the sting. Okay, for reference, Tom, that's a third of what it costs in where you live.
Okay. I certainly wouldn't have known that if you hadn't have told me.
1 gram of medical grade cannabis in Kingsport, Tennessee, or Knoxville, or anywhere in the East Tennessee area will run you $20. And it's not even always medical grade. Sometimes it's just pretty, but still not medical grade. And you find that out usually pretty quickly. But yeah, medical grade marijuana in East Tennessee is $20 a gram. Now it's $7 a gram in Oregon. Says it's true that the amount of marijuana that's leaving the state's hard to pin down, according to a senior economist at New Frontier Data, a national cannabis analytics firm. The state has 21 million square feet of legal cannabis growing and $1 billion market statewide. Of that, about 1/3, or 300 million, is diverted to the illegal market within the state. But it's not clear how much of it is actually leaving Oregon. The amount being grown legally is more than enough to handle all the demand in Oregon, and so to me, it's no wonder that there's excess supply in the space. What people choose to do with it, well, that's tough to estimate. They're saying if you're exporting, then we're gonna come down on you. To that end, Williams said Oregon needs to do a better job at gathering data about the cannabis industry and devote more resources to enforcement and oversight. Federal prosecutors have finite resources in Oregon. He wrote that he will strategically consider which cases to pursue, and in some cases favoring asset forfeiture and other civil punishments over criminal prosecutions.
Womp womp.
Right. Translation. Oregon, you better fix your civil forfeiture laws now. Because if you don't, the feds are going to use that as their way to punish legal marijuana growers and sellers in your state. So, and that's how they'll then fund. See, there we go. Because we read yesterday with the Blumenthal, the Rohrabacher-Blumenthal act being not being rescinded, but being renewed, that now the federal government is not allowed to give any money. Jeff Sessions can't use any federal funds for enforcing marijuana laws. Like, they just won't in states where it's legal. Like, they'll chase you down in Tennessee. But if you live in Oregon, the federal government's not authorized to give any money to the AG's office for enforcement in those states. So what will they do? Well, the Attorney General's office there has just told you. They're going to go after people through forfeiture. They're going to steal your stuff, and then they're going to sell your stuff, and then they're going to use the money they make off of that to go after other people in your state, because they have to now self-fund the oppression that they dole out in states where the state governments have said that it's now legal. And Williams is like, well, we'll figure out which cases will get us the biggest payoff, and we'll go after that case. And then we'll use the money we make off of that one to go after other folks. So the fight's not over. The federal government, with Jeff Sessions in power, even with the Rohrabacher Amendment in place now, they're going to use this. It looks like this thing in Oregon where, Oregon's grown 1 million pounds more marijuana than they need. And it's ending up in the black market all over the country. Well, of course it is. Just make it legal, and you won't have to worry about that. I mean, this is like, we need to write it down for you. Do like a Black Market for Dummies book, and just hand it out to federal politicians and federal attorneys. Like, this is how the black market works. I mean, it's not like there wasn't weed in Oregon before. And weed all over America before. Only, before it was $20 a gram in Oregon, and now you can pick it up for $7. That's it. The market. Woohoo! Competition. No more black market. Prices came down. Let's do it everywhere. Come on, freedom. Not going to kill us. It's just weed, for Christ's sake. Anyway, that's it for us for this week. This has been one last live broadcast for this week. We'll be back next week, of course, with all the same frivolity and bad jokes, crypto news, and inappropriate commentary on the news. Don't go anywhere, though, because Free Talk Live is coming up next.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it. And once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world. So I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here. And I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
You're 6 minutes away from a live episode of Free Talk Live, brought to you by freekeen.com. Listen live at freetalklive.com.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 18th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.44 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $27, and the average price of Bitcoin is $8,105. Antiwar.com reports saying they believe the U.S. and North Korea have some kind of difference in stances ahead of their June 12th summit. South Korea has issued a statement offering to serve as mediator for the talks and various other channels. South Korea's